Hey everyone, I wanted to cover a video on the Oxford blue paddock stand and a 2015 Triumph Street Triple. Reason for the video is because I've seen quite a few people put videos online with paddock stands and Triumphs, however not a 2015 Street Triple. There is Doodle who has her Street Triple R. Now that has a different setup on the back of it, and there was also another guy but he used through the centre and a centre stand. So no one actually used just the bog standard Oxford, sort of paddock stand. And that threw me a bit because when you do buy the Oxford, it comes with these. Now these are actually useless for a Triumph Street Triple. They'll work on some Hondas or what have you. What you need are bobbins. So bobbin hooks rather. So these bobbin hooks up here, you just unscrew, pull that out, put the bobbin hooks, you put the bobbins on your bike, which are 20 quid off eBay. They're also good because they give a level of protection in a crash as well. Then what you do, slide the paddock stand underneath, lift it up, and there's always the nerve-wracking bit there of having to pull it up. So I'll show you now quickly how to do that. But the key here is you're not going mad, you just need bobbins. So here I thought I'd explain a little bit more on the actual positioning of the bobbins. So on Doodle's video, she has an R, so she was more at the back of the bike, whereas on a normal Street Triple you can see here that your bobbins are not at the back but a little bit more on front, and you can see here where I zoom in there are two further screw holes there where you can actually attach more bobbins if you wish, but for the paddock stand you just put the rear. Now here is where you can go straight through the centre of the bike and use the centre stand. Okay, so first thing to do here is to straighten your front wheel. This just means everything is going to stay straight when you lift it up. The last thing you want is the bike just becoming a little bit unstable going off to the left. So I line up the left bobbin straight into the hook, and then I use the ugly Euro compliant number plate extension, get it onto the right bobbin, and then push down with your weight. The bike will come back and ta-da! One thing to bear in mind here, this video shows me doing it first time. You will quite often miss and take 3 or 4 attempts to get it on the bobbins. For lowering the bike, again you just drop it down, holding onto that number plate, and then that will bring it over onto its stand. So here we go again, you can see it from the front this time. Again, line up the left bobbin. The reason the left is because that's the lowest where the stand is. Pull the bike over. It's a bit nerve-wracking at first, but you will get used to it. Line up your right bobbin so both of them are in. Pull it down. Job done. If you can, it's far safer to have somebody at the front of the bike and they can just pull it over into the centre. You can much easier line up the bobbins and then lift it up. For lowering it, you just go gentle, and then when you reach the point where it's now on the ground, again just support the bike before you bring it back down onto its side stand. And again, just to focus in on these bobbins and that you can put them in multiple places on your bike. There is a difference between the Street Triple models, so do check the positioning for against the paddock stand you're using. Also note I'm using R&G bobbins, they're about 20 quid off eBay, whereas you could have different brands of bobbins and different brands of paddock stands. The fact is that you just need each to be able to lift it up. And of course, why we lift our bikes up onto paddock stands is so we can get the chain. So here I can show you my centre linkage for my chain, and it's about 6 turns on the wheel, gets you 1 full revolution. And of course we use paddock stands because it's so much easier than just pushing the bike forward and backwards, so you can clean and lube your chain.